Welcome back to another Testimony Tuesday. Last week, God was really looking out for a member of our church, and so I just wanted to share that story with you guys. So last week, he was driving with his wife and baby in the back seat, and they were driving down one of the main roads here in Bogota, but there is a lot of construction and a lot of traffic. And so they were in stop and go traffic, getting stopped all the time, and he had his phone hooked up to like one of those little dash mount cameras to help guide him to a place where he was going. And so the phone was there, visible. And unfortunately, here in Bogota, here in Colombia, safety is not one of the highest rated things. And so just having his phone on that dash visible made him a target. And because he was in traffic that was stopping quite frequently, a group of guys came and he had the windows like a little bit down so that they didn't have air conditioning, but they had the windows down just a little ways. And the guy saw his phone mounted to the dash and broke the front passenger window to try to grab the phone. Well, the this person from our church didn't care about his phone, but his mind instantly went to my wife and baby are in the back seat. And so he started kicking towards the guy that was at the passenger window, trying to get him out. He had a knife in his hand. And as he was doing that, he turned his body so that his body was closer to his driver's side window, and his window was also down a little ways. And as he was kicking at the guy at the passenger side window, trying to make sure that the guy didn't come into the car, trying to protect his family, the guy at the driver's side window stuck a knife through the window and tried to cut him. And obviously, sticking his hand through, his face and neck were right there. And he said it was the grace of God. He doesn't even know how he reacted so quickly, but he reached for the automatic window and raised the window. And as he did, it shut the guy's hand in the window and he dropped the knife at his feet. And so they're telling us this story, and he was praising God for how God protected his family, how God protected his wife and his daughter in the back seat. But also, they shared with us that normally they have two older boys, and normally one of the older boys is in that passenger seat. And by the grace of God, this day, they chose not to take them in the car. And so, if that child had been in that front seat, he would have been right in the line of danger, not only with the glass, but also with the guy coming in through the window. And so they were just praising God for his faithfulness, for his goodness. And as they shared this story, the grandma also told us, it was his mother in law, also told us that every time before they leave, they pray. They pray for God's protection, God just to be with their family as they travel, as they go. And so we praise God that that prayer was answered. Just know that God hears us. God is with us. God is for us. And we are just so thankful that God protected one of the families in our church this week. So praise us with that story and join us in praising God for his goodness and for his protection this week.